Welcome back, Plearn English listeners. Before the break, we were just about to strap on our smartwatches and dive into the fascinating and sometimes frustrating world of wearable technology. Evan, are you a wearable tech person? Do you track your steps religiously?
Oh, Mila, I am the wearable tech person. My smartwatch is practically glued to my wrist. I track my steps, my sleep, my heart rate, my calories burned, my oxygen levels. I basically have a tiny doctor living on my arm, constantly monitoring me.
Wow, that's dedication. I have a fitness tracker, but I sometimes forget to charge it or I take it off when I'm doing something messy. So my data is a bit incomplete. Sometimes it says I slept 2 hours, other times it says I ran a marathon while I was just sitting on the sofa.
Your fitness tracker is an optimist. Mine is a strict coach. If I don't hit my step goal, it sends me little notifications like, you're almost there, just 500 more steps to reach your goal. And I feel guilty if I don't achieve it. It's like it has personal expectations of me.
See? Demanding. Mine sends me notifications like, close your rings. And I'm like, I'm trying, little watch, but these potato chips aren't going to eat themselves. It's a constant battle between my snack cravings and my step goals.
The snack versus step battle is real. But honestly, I think it's a good motivator. Before my fitness tracker, I didn't really think about how much I moved. Now I try to take the stairs instead of the elevator or walk an extra block. It does make you more aware of your activity levels.
That's true. It's like a gentle nudge towards a healthier lifestyle. And the sleep tracking, that's both fascinating and a little disturbing. It tells you how much deep sleep you got, how much light sleep, and when you were restless. Sometimes I look at it and think, was I even asleep at all?
Oh, the sleep tracking. Mine sometimes tells me I snored for 3 hours. And I'm like, who recorded that? Is my watch spying on me in my sleep? It's like I have a tiny sleep detective on my wrist collecting all my nighttime secrets.
You probably do, and then it gives you a sleep score. If your score is low, you wake up feeling even more tired because your watch told you your sleep was bad. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy of tiredness.
Right? It's like, thanks, watch. I didn't need to know my sleep quality was poor today. I was feeling okay until you told me that. It's too much information sometimes. But then again, it has helped me realize when I need to improve my sleep habits. Like maybe I shouldn't scroll through social media right before bed.
Good point. These devices are designed to give us insights, and some of them can even detect potential health problems like irregular heartbeats. That's incredibly powerful, isn't it? It's not just about counting steps, it's about understanding our bodies better.
Absolutely. That medical aspect is a game changer. It's like having an early warning system. And beyond health, smartwatches are also incredibly convenient for daily life. I can get notifications, check messages, and even make payments without even touching my phone.
Oh, the payment feature is so convenient. I always forget my wallet, but I never forget my watch, so I can just tap and pay for my coffee. It's like having magic powers, but for buying lattes. And the notifications. It's nice to quickly glance at my wrist instead of pulling out my phone every 2 minutes.
Exactly. Though sometimes it also means you're never truly disconnected. Every buzz, every vibration, it pulls you back into the digital world. It's hard to escape. Even if your phone is in another room, your watch is there, reminding you of pending emails.
That's very true. It's a constant digital leash, isn't it? But then there are also the more niche wearable devices, like smart rings, smart glasses, or even smart clothing. Have you seen those smart jackets that can control your music or take photos with a gesture?
Smart jackets? That sounds straight out of a spy movie. I can just imagine someone discreetly taking a photo by touching their lapel or adjusting their playlist with a secret hand movement. That's next level cool, though I imagine it would be easy to accidentally activate it, like constantly changing songs by mistake.
Oops, I just took a photo of my own elbow again. But the idea is pretty neat. And smart glasses, the ones that show you directions or messages right in your field of vision. It's like having a heads up display everywhere you go.
Google Glass tried that years ago, but it was a bit too early, I think. People found it a bit strange to interact with. But now, with augmented reality becoming more common, I think smart glasses could come back. Imagine walking down the street and seeing virtual information overlaid on the real world, like restaurant reviews floating next to the restaurant door.
That would be amazing. Or seeing a person and having their name and job title pop up above their head, if they chose to share it, of course. That would solve so many awkward I know your face but forgot your name situations.
That would be a social superpower, but also a little bit scary in terms of privacy, wouldn't it? We're constantly balancing convenience with privacy and ethical considerations. But for now, our smartwatches and fitness trackers are mostly about personal data and convenience.
And making us feel guilty about not standing up enough. But it's clear that wearable tech is here to stay, and it's only going to get more advanced, more integrated into our lives, and perhaps even less noticeable. Maybe one day they'll just be tiny sensors embedded in our clothes or even in our skin.
Ooh, tiny sensors in our skin? That's definitely sci-fi. Though I suppose a tattoo that monitors your blood sugar levels could genuinely be life-changing for some people. The possibilities are truly endless. But let's take a quick look back, Mila. We've talked about cutting-edge tech, but sometimes don't you miss the good old days? The days of simpler gadgets?
Oh, absolutely. I sometimes get nostalgic for the clunky, slow, but reliable tech of yesteryear. The kind that didn't track your every move or talk back to you.
Exactly. So after this break, we're going to take a fun trip down memory lane. We're going to open our vintage tech museum and revisit some of those beloved and sometimes baffling gadgets from the past. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, Plearn English Channel listeners. We've been exploring the shiny new world of smartphones, smart homes, and smartwatches. But now it's time for a blast from the past. Mila, are you ready to visit our very own vintage tech museum?
I am ready, Evan. I've packed my emotional baggage and my rose-tinted glasses for this trip down memory lane. What's the first exhibit in our Museum of Digital Nostalgia?
Our first exhibit has to be the glorious, the iconic, the absolutely indestructible Nokia 3310. This, my friends, was not just a phone. It was a weapon, a paperweight, and a communication device all in one. It had Snake, and it lasted forever.
Oh, the Nokia 3310. What a legend. I think everyone knew someone who had one. You could drop it, step on it, maybe even throw it at a wall, and it would just get a little scratch. Current smartphones shatter if you look at them funny. And Snake, the original mobile game obsession. Forget Candy Crush. Snake was where it was at.
Absolutely. That simple, pixelated snake eating dots. Pure genius. No fancy graphics, no in-app purchases, just pure, unadulterated, addictive fun. And the ringtones. You could compose your own ringtones. Remember that? Using numbers to create a little melody? It felt like being a digital musician.
It did. I spent hours composing terrible versions of pop songs. My friends would call me and they'd hear this off-key rendition of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star that I was very proud of. It was a simpler time. Next exhibit, Evan.
Next up, we have the majestic Walkman and Discman. Before MP3s, before streaming, we had these portable music players. You had to carry your cassette tapes or CDs with you and pray they didn't get scratched or chewed up.
Oh, the Walkman, my first true love. I remember walking around with my headphones on, thinking I was the coolest person on earth, listening to my meticulously curated mixtapes, and the struggle of flipping the tape over to side B. The Discman was a bit trickier, though. One small bump and your music would skip. It was like a dance. Walk carefully, don't move too much, or face silence.
The dreaded skip. It was like a mini heart attack every time. And the batteries, they ate AA batteries like crazy. You always had to have spares. Now we have thousands of songs in our pockets. No skips, no battery anxiety. Well, maybe a little battery anxiety with our smartphones. But still, there was something special about the ritual of picking out a specific tape or CD.
There was. It was a more intentional way of listening to music. Now we just shuffle playlists. We don't appreciate the album as a whole as much, I think. Okay, What about internet connections, Evan? Because that's a whole museum wing of its own.
Internet dial up. For our younger listeners, imagine an internet connection that made a series of strange robotic beeps and squawks that sounded like a conversation between two confused robots. And then it connected, maybe, and you couldn't use the phone line at the same time.
The sound of dial-up. Mila makes a series of sounds. That's the sound of my childhood internet. And my mom shouting from the other room, Mila, get off the internet. I need to make a call. It took ages to load a single web page. And if someone called, you were instantly disconnected. The horror.
The absolute horror. Imagine trying to download a single song, which would take an hour, and then your mom picks up the phone to call Aunt Sally. All that effort, gone. It made you really appreciate every pixel that loaded onto the screen. Now, we stream HD movies instantly and complain if it buffers for 2 seconds.
We are so spoiled now. And remember the storage devices? Before cloud storage, before tiny USB sticks, we had floppy disks.
Floppy disks, they weren't even floppy anymore by the time I used them. They were the hard 3.5-inch ones. But still, tiny storage, like 1.44 megabytes. You could save one small document, maybe 2 low-resolution photos, and that was it. Now, my phone takes photos that are bigger than that, and we used to carry stacks of them.
Stacks of them, and they were so fragile. One magnet, one speck of dust, and your precious data was gone forever. It felt like playing a dangerous game every time you saved something. Now, we barely even think about where our data is saved. It's just in the cloud, somewhere.
Somewhere in the digital ether. It's incredible to think how far we've come, from a time when saving a document was an act of faith to a time when we have terabytes of storage on devices smaller than our thumbs. What about early gaming, Mila? Console gaming, specifically.
Oh, early gaming, the Nintendo Game Boy, that green-screened marvel that brought portable gaming to the masses. Tetris, Super Mario Land, hours and hours spent hunched over that tiny screen, batteries dying at the most crucial moments.
The Game Boy, and the terrible lighting you needed to play it. You had to sit under a lamp or near a window. And if you tried to play it in the car at night, forget about it, unless you had that giant attachment with the light and magnifying glass, which made it even clunkier. But it was revolutionary. It felt like magic at the time.
It truly did. And the simplicity of those games. They were challenging but straightforward. No complex storylines or graphics, just pure gameplay. It makes you realize that sometimes less is more.
Exactly. So while we embrace our shiny new gadgets, it's fun to look back and appreciate the journey. These vintage tech items with all their quirks and limitations paved the way for the incredible technology we have today. They were the pioneers.
They were indeed. They taught us patience. They taught us how to troubleshoot, usually by hitting the device gently. And they taught us the value of a fully charged battery.
And that the internet could indeed make strange squawking noises. So next time you're scrolling effortlessly through your smartphone, remember the Nokia brick, the skipping Discman, and the squawking dial-up. We've come a long way, baby.
We certainly have. And speaking of the future, Evan, we've talked about where we are now and where we've come from. But what about where we're going? What crazy, mind-bending tech might be just around the corner? Are we talking flying cars, robot assistants, or something even wilder?
Oh, the future. That's always the most exciting and sometimes slightly terrifying part. From AI companions to virtual realities that feel more real than reality itself, the future of tech promises to be absolutely wild. Let's speculate wildly after this final break.
Welcome back to the Plearn English channel. We've journeyed from pocket-sized brains to smart homes, from wearable tech to nostalgic gadgets. Now, Evan, let's gaze into our digital crystal ball and make some wild predictions about the future of technology. What's coming next?
Oh, Mila, the future is going to be wild. I think we're heading towards an even more integrated world. Imagine AI companions that are not just voice assistants, but genuinely intelligent entities that learn your personality, anticipate your needs, and basically become your best digital friend.
A best digital friend, like a super smart pet that can also book your appointments and tell you jokes. That sounds both amazing and a little lonely. Will we ever need human friends anymore if our AI companion understands us perfectly?
That's the big question, isn't it? The ethical implications are huge. But imagine an AI that helps you learn a new language by having natural conversations, or helps you write a story, or even just listens when you need to vent. It could be incredibly powerful for personal development.
It could be. And what about the physical world? Are we talking about flying cars yet, Evan? Because I've been waiting for those since I was a kid watching sci-fi movies. No more traffic jams would be a dream come true.
Flying cars are definitely on the horizon, Mila, or at least personal aerial vehicles that are more like drones for people. Imagine just zipping over traffic to get to work. But then imagine the air traffic control. It would be chaos if everyone had one right now. We'd need flying traffic lights.
Flying traffic lights, that's brilliant. Or maybe personalized designated air lanes like superhighways in the sky. And what about virtual and augmented reality? It's already here, but where is it going?
VR and AR are going to blend reality in the digital world seamlessly. Imagine putting on lightweight glasses and your living room transforms into a virtual forest or a distant city. You could have meetings in a virtual office with colleagues from around the world, and it would feel like you're actually in the same room.
That sounds incredible. For work and for entertainment, imagine playing a game where you are the character, totally immersed in the world. Or taking a virtual vacation to the pyramids of Giza without ever leaving your house. My travel budget would love that.
And think about education, learning history by actually walking through ancient Rome in VR, or studying biology by dissecting a virtual frog without harming any real ones. The possibilities for learning are mind-blowing.
They really are. And finally, what about robotics? Are we going to have robot housekeepers, robot chefs, or even robot pets that are indistinguishable from real animals?
Definitely. Robot vacuum cleaners are just the beginning. We'll have robots that can perform complex tasks, care for the elderly, deliver packages, and maybe even offer emotional support as realistic robot pets. But hopefully they won't become too smart and decide they don't need us anymore.
Oh, the robot uprising. Let's hope not. But it's clear that technology is advancing at an incredible pace, and the line between science fiction and reality is getting blurrier and blurrier. It's an exciting, slightly overwhelming, but definitely an interesting time to be alive.
It truly is, Mila. So whether you're still rocking a vintage flip phone or living in a fully automated smart home, technology is a huge part of our world, and it's only going to get more interesting.
Indeed. And that wraps up our Gadget Gala for today, Plearn English listeners. We hope you had as much fun exploring the world of tech and gadgets as we did.
We certainly did. Thank you for joining us. Remember to keep learning English and keep exploring the amazing world around you, both digital and analog.
We'll catch you next time. Bye for now.
See ya!